What's good, y'all? It's Jay here, and in this CvS2 match breakdown, I'm going to be covering an American set, which is something I haven't done yet, and I also wanted to cover something that was more recent, so what better match to cover than one that literally happened a couple days ago. I think it was 2 days ago specifically. We are looking at Genesis Grand Finals. We have Senor Payaso versus Aznmnky. So look at the teams. It's interesting because Payaso is just running your typical KCBS, whereas Monkey is running Iori, Blanca, Sakura. Now, I think he has Blanca R2 here, which is also, again, interesting choice. He's probably running Iori, so he could maybe get a better Sagat matchup, and, hopefully Sakura can take care of Cammy. So, we'll see how that works out. This is just your typical NorCal A versus K matchup here. So first you have Payaso throwing a fireball. Ooh, nice. Catches the roll. Iori roll, obviously, definitely hard to punish online, but you can see Payaso has that offline. Now, he could have maybe comboed to knee, and I think that's what he tried to do. It just didn't come out. But he still got a little punish, just 2 low shorts. Okay. Fireballs. So these fireballs are risky, especially in this matchup where Iori can just roll through, but Payaso has already shown he can clip rolls if he wants to. So if you establish that early, that means that you can at the very least kind of like mitigate the risk of throwing a fireball, especially at this range where the fireball doesn't have a lot of travel time. Like it'll only take maybe a couple frames for that fireball to hit. So yeah, now he's gonna play neutral. Early jump heavy kick, very, very useful against fat guys. Early jump normals against Sagat, who is a fat guy. Very useful, and of course, the weakness of early jump normals is that you can throw them. But here, Payaso just gets a throw tech, and Iori, Monkey decides to press jab with Iori because it's a 2-frame normal. So typically it'll win in most throw tech scenarios, so he gets advantage. Nice cross-up roll. Ooh, don't know what that was. Let me go back and see that again. So yeah, goes for the jab, getting him thinking blocking same side rolls. So, just to mess him up a little bit. Gets the cross-up jab, and then gets the crouch light kick. I think what happened here was that he was holding forward during this, and then when he tried to combo into Rekka, he actually got negative edge run grab. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate because obviously that doesn't combo, and I'm sure obviously Monkey knows this. It was just a misinput. I'm assuming it's negative edge run grab. Ooh, good RC fireball. Notice he's neutral jumping the fireballs because he knows that Payaso is probably gonna DPM. Ooh, he is just killing these rolls, man. So yeah, first he tries running in he's closing in space with that live fireball because Monkey, by neutral jumping, he's giving up a lot of space, especially because he's super jumping as well. So he's in the air for much longer, which gives Payaso more time to run and close the distance. So now we're back at this mid-range spot here. Payaso look at the way that he he walks back for just a split second. So you can see here, he's walking back just a little bit. What this does is that it prevents Iori from crossing you up. And I've always said this whenever I cover Iori matchups when I do these breakdowns. You never want to sit at a range where Iori's roll has the potential to cross you up. Because if anything, that just means that he can mix you up easier. And that just puts too much weight on your mental stack, and you might as well just mitigate that risk by sitting at a range where Iori's roll lands in front of you, so that if you can react to roll, like if you can actually see that roll in time, then the punish is not going to be nearly as difficult because he's going to land in front. So okay, I'm just going to press a button and then boom. That's what Payaso does here. He uses Sagat's Crouch Fierce, which is your go-to roll punish button as Sagat, because Crouch Fierce has an insane amount of active frames, meaning that it can catch those very pesky low recovery rolls like Iori's, which has 2 frames of recovery. So that's what he does here. And he tried linking off of it, but could not get it. And Monkey tries to go for a reversal roll. Might have been RC Rekka. I'll have to look at the hand cam again. So super jumps the fireball. Oh no, he just wanted to go for another roll. So hopefully he was hoping that he would drop it, which he did. He did drop the link. So he gets the roll on crouch medium kick, which isn't actually like a roll punishable button, I would say, because it's just far too fast, and that's what happens here. Payaso already recovers from crouch medium kick instantaneously. It is an incredibly fast button. It's the main reason why it's one of Sagat's best buttons, because it's just so fast. Especially for a medium normal, it's just so fast. So he gets the throw, tries to go for a fireball, perfect, catches the quick rise. Great stuff right there. Okay, now he's gonna try to walk him down into the corner. Nice, crouch fierce, keep him. Now he's gonna keep him here. This is, again, good range to sit at, because if Monkey tries to attempt a roll, he's gonna land in front. Payaso has clearly shown, yeah, I'm gonna punish that with a crouch fierce. And if he tries to jump, well, that's an easy uppercut. So yeah, Payaso pretty much just has him where he wants him, especially now that he's got a good life lead, and on top of that, he's close to getting rage. So this is pretty much like a optimal, ideal scenario here for Payaso. Ooh, tries to go for that. Ooh, caught him with a sweep. You don't typically, Iori's sweep is probably one of his best pokes in this matchup due to its range. But because it's Sagat, that means that if he does JD that sweep, that's a free crouch fierce all day. So it's definitely a lot more risky versus Sagat, and obviously versus roll Sagat, he can roll past it. So it's definitely a risky poke to throw out, but in this case, you can see he was mostly stand blocking. So he thought, all right, he's at the spacing where sweep will hit at max range. He'll pretty much be safe on regular block. Hopefully, he just doesn't JD it. And yeah, gets the sweep. And now he's bought himself a little bit of time to think of his next move. But unfortunately, he's still kind of cornered here. Ooh, tried to go for a reversal. Now, I've played Payaso, I think, a decent bit, or at least I used to, because I don't hop on CFC too much anymore. He really does like to reversal. He likes leaning on reversals as a means of making you scared. Like, pretty much any time, if your pressure has gaps in it and you do it predictably, he will reversal, and it'll start to make you question yourself as to, do I want to try and pressure him like this, or do I want to just, press buttons and then block? Which at that point, Payaso then opens up his throw game, which is also really solid. So that's kind of the dichotomy of what you face when you're going up against Payaso. However, you can use his tendency to reversal against him, albeit, you're gonna have to be careful, obviously, and you need to have really good reads, because Payaso isn't just blindly throwing them out. He's a great player. He knows what he's doing. So, in those oft chances, like right here, Payaso was expecting Monkey to try and punish with a sweep or a roundhouse, and potentially bank on him missing that punish and then hitting that move. But in this case, Monkey didn't do anything, so he does the DP, and obviously easy punish. But now he has rage, and much like when I said, Payaso likes to reversal, he will reversal his rage too, because, he's a K-Groove player with a really good JD game. What does he really lose by just doing a level 3? He could get another one. Even at this life value, he could get another one, because his JDs are really good. So Monkey's gonna have to play really carefully, which I imagine is what he probably will do, considering that he might have played him earlier in the bracket. I don't remember. But I'm sure Monkey has enough match experience against Payaso to know, alright, you gotta stay careful. He can leverage that level 3, especially as a defensive option. So yeah, he's already up. Nice. Oh, gets the jab. And that right there, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but it could spell doom. A JD'd jump normal. There's less block stun, and it's a light normal, meaning that there's less hit stop, which means that it can throw off his timing for when he tries to link into jab afterwards, which means he could reversal out of that. Would you look at that? So, yeah, this scenario is kind of one that has happened to me as well when I fought Payaso, where he'll JD like a light or medium normal and use that like lack of pushback and also the like different timing to just whip out a super, because he's pretty much banking on you missing that link. And yeah, it's hard to actually like properly link off of that to make it a true block string. Not only that, but Monkey hit this jump jab pretty early, so even if it was blocked normally, it probably wasn't going to be a true block string if he tried to jab after that. And considering the life lead, or considering the deficit that Monkey's at, Payaso is just kind of thinking, yeah, okay, he really wants to try and pressure me. He really wants to take this life lead back. I can feel him, you know, trying to just get as much guard damage as possible. So with that in mind, now's the time to super, because Monkey is showing, all right, I really want this life lead. So even though he hits this early jump jab and you know, his jab afterwards, even though it's a two-framer, it's not going to link. That just gives Payaso carte blanche to reversal super. It's just a very well-calculated read on his end, so that's what happens here. So he takes the first round. Yeah. Oh, his Blanca's R1. Okay. Because I seen him go Blanca R2 earlier, so I just kind of assumed that would be the case here. Ooh, good jump fierce. Anytime I see a Sagat hit a jump fierce like the way you're supposed to, I just have to point it out, because it's a very underutilized move in Sagat's kit, and here is a perfect usage of it. Whenever you're short hopping and the opponent is in a non-short hop groove, and you kind of like both have the same idea of jumping, but you short hop and they normal jump, this is where jump fierce is used. Because, you know, even though jump roundhouse is a amazing normal, it doesn't necessarily do everything for you, because obviously it hits at a low angle. Whereas jump fierce, these are the cases where you would use jump fierce. It hits straight out, it hits at a higher angle. So, you know, when you know when to use jump fierce, that's when you kind of like begin to understand, oh yeah, Sagat's air game is also incredibly good. So I just had to highlight that, because, you know, jump fierce is underutilized but still very useful. All right, throwing those fireballs at full screen range. I did note in a earlier video, I believe it was Boss vs. Gon, that throwing fireballs against Blanca is incredibly risky, but in this case, you're air resetting him, and at this point, you're air resetting him, and you threw the fireball before he recovers. So yeah, throwing this fireball has really no risk. I guess Monkey could have just rolled and then, you know, get some extra space in, but, you know, he might be putting himself at a slight disadvantage. So he's just going to play kind of riskless. He doesn't want to lose too much health with his Blanca, considering that Payaso already has good life with Sagat. So he's just going to play it safe, you know, try to, well, he got hit, but he wasn't going to try to jump at him, basically. Good JD. Oh, he was expecting a jump back. Sometimes Payaso will do that, like he'll do an instant jump normal as a kind of like a read option. He was expecting Monkey to kind of just do like a jump back, you know, just to try and retreat a little bit. So he immediately goes for that jump fierce, or sorry, jump roundhouse. And of course, when you do that early jump button, you do risk losing. You do risk getting hit by like a low or just a throw. But in this case, he got hit by crouch fierce. Ooh, good. That was a good jump. So yeah, he kind of just expected a kind of a laggy button, so he's just gonna jump in, gets the throw punish. Electricity. Now this is where when you're cornered by Blanca in this scenario, it's important to now utilize Sagat's less committal options. So if you do want to try to get out of the corner versus a Blanca, and it's really hard, obviously, because it's Blanca, but as case Sagat, really your best options, you have stand short and you have crouch forward. And you also have crouch fierce, obviously. But in this case, Payaso hasn't used much stand short, So I'm expecting him to kind of either use like, you know, some stand short or a crouch forward to try and, you know, kind of push him slowly out of the corner so that he can find an opportunity to escape. Okay, JD. And then there we go, uses that stand short. And already, because Monkey dashed there to try to get a dash electricity, he gets pushed way back, and now Payaso's out of the corner. So that was a very well-timed stand short. Now, obviously, yeah, that crouch fierce from Blanca, you know, caught his jump attempt. But then he gets pushed out of the corner, and then throws another fireball, tries to backdash, gets hit. Ooh, try to punish the roll there. So you'll see a roll punish was attempted here, but see, this is why you don't sit at ranges where the opponent can cross you up with a roll. Obviously, this is kind of a more like close range scramble type scenario. So, you know, Payaso was more so just trying to get in. He wasn't like entirely focused on spacing. Here, Monkey is at good spacing, so when he gets the roll, he is at a position where he can cross up. And this is why I say you need to sit at a range where the opponent can't cross you up with a roll, because if you try to punish, you'll see here that there's a good chance that when you try to punish with a button, it ends up going on the wrong side. And in this case, you know, Payaso tries to punish with a low short, which would have worked because Payaso's roll punishes are, you know, pretty consistent. But of course, because he gets the cross up, he pressed, and because the timing, you have to kind of press it a little early, that means that you have to press it while they're still technically in front of you. So this is kind of like a lose scenario here. You can't really punish that roll unless you try to, say, use Sagat's stand jab, but that's a little harder considering that Blanca, I don't think, has a lot of standing hurtbox frames after his roll. So yeah, this is just an example of why you don't want to sit at a range where the opponent can cross you up with a roll, because if you do try to punish it with a button, you might not get it because it'll go on the wrong side. Obviously the throw is available, and he could have thrown him, but you know, considering that Payaso is really good at punishing buttons with, or punishing rolls with buttons, and that those generally do give you more reward, you know, he was going to go for that. So yeah, he gets that roll throw, pushes him to the corner. Now is another incredibly crucial part of the match, where you want to be wary of that level 3, because like I said earlier, Payaso will use it if you try to pressure him predictably. And you'll see here that Monkey, he knows. He obviously is very aware of that reversal level 3, so he's choosing to delay a crouch short, and then tries to go for a sweep. Pushes him out of the corner so Payaso can try to walk him out. Ooh, tries to go for a air mix up there. He blocks it, but this is all guaranteed. Oh wow, what a JD. That was perfect. That was incredible right there. I'm just curious because, like, you know, I need to see his hand cam. Okay, so he had 2 separate JD attempts there. So once this CC ended, because Payaso knows this is a full block string, there's no reason to try and attempt any sort of JDs here unless you want to risk taking the damage and dying. So right at this point, once Monkey starts to throw out the low shorts and low forwards at the end of the CC, now he's going to try to fish for JDs, because realistically speaking, if you mess up a JD here, the risk is not nearly as high. You don't eat that like slide to super kind of thing. So yeah, he attempted a JD for the low forward here. So yeah, you see, there's slides to electricity, typical stuff. And then when he attempted JD for this low forward, which obviously was a true block string, so he didn't get it. And then tried to go for a low strong afterwards to still, you know, kind of push, get more guard damage. However, you don't want to try that against a good K-Grouper. So he didn't have enough frame advantage, obviously, to chain or link into a crouch strong. Or he could chain into it, but he didn't have enough frame advantage to get that crouch strong. And, well, Payaso just, he JD'd with punish, or block punish super. Perfect. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite sequences so far. Just because it illustrates just why you don't want to press those like long range laggy buttons against a good K groover, especially if you don't make your CC a true block string, because he will make you pay for it, and that's exactly what happens here. He gets that JD Crouch Fierce Super, takes a ton of damage. Oh, good reversal. Oh, try to get the punish. Oh, anti-air. That was kind of a scramble scenario there, because obviously now both characters are on low health. So he tried to go for a low short, gets the reversal Blanca ball, which does avoid lows. Okay, roll, and yeah, goes for low shorts. JD's that low short. I think that was a grab attempt right there. Let me see. Yeah, that was a throw attempt. And then yeah, gets that low short. Oh, couldn't link into the BNB. Tries to jump at him. Easy peasy. That does trade often if you don't RC it, up ball, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, eating a jump short from Sagat is nothing, so yeah. He takes that character, but unfortunately is put at a pretty nasty deficit. Although he can still steal around because it is Blanca, so we'll see how it works out in the mirrors. Now, one thing about Payaso's Blanca, incredibly aggressive. He'll pretty much just try to do typical K Blanca stuff. Cross up, jump, medium kick into electricity, short hop, heavy kicks, run, crush, light kicks, run or short hop, medium punches. You know, he knows the typical Unga game plan with Blanca, and that's what we're probably gonna get. We're probably gonna see this get executed as well. So right now he's playing it safe, short hop, fierce, great air to air. You know, not neutral jump is also, you know, obviously that's a great air to air, but this is also a really great air to air, or short hop, fierce. Because it has a lot more utility than Sagat's Jump Fierce, where his Jump Fierce is only going to work at this specific situation where you jump at someone and they also jump at you and they're above you. Whereas Blanca's Jump Fierce can not only be used as a air-to-air for a lot of different angles, but it can also be used as a typical jump-in. So this one's definitely, it's a lot more ubiquitous of a jump-in setup. And he gets that reset. He was afraid of the rolls, so he wanted to back out and, you know, try to get the roll punish. Because he could have done a meaty, but yeah, like I said, he was scared of that. He was a little scared of the roll. Ooh, that could have gone bad. But I don't think I think he mistimed his jump there. So yeah, you know, tries to go back with the crouch medium punch, but actually gets the throw. Damn. So yeah, he does a crouch medium punch, whereas Monkey goes for a jump roundhouse, doesn't connect, he's way too high. So, I imagine both of them went per throw here. But it seems like Payaso was just beat him to the punch. Doesn't kill. Ooh, that's actually a really cool setup, what the hell? Okay, so yeah, he runs up, and I think that is a close light kick. He does a close light kick fake meaty throw setup. I think I've seen that from him before, but it's a pretty cool setup because yeah, the close light kick is a objectively terrible button, but it does have a ton of active frames, so you can use it as a meaty, and you can use it as a fake meaty as well, and that's what he did here. But Monkey, he throw teched, so good on him. I would have probably just got thrown outright because that, you know, I'm not used to seeing a situation like that. So he techs that throw, gets the jab because, well, Blanca also has a 2-frame jab. So that, again, those 2-frame jabs are very important in those post throw tech situations. Ooh, good electricity. He's gonna go for another electricity. Oh, that jump medium punch. Extremely strong button. He was thinking back jump, but Payaso already had him where he wanted him. Alright, this is really good for Payaso because he's got full health and a full character lead. Ah, that's something, obviously anti-air electricity is more common, but stand fierce is also a decent anti-air. It has a tendency to trade, but in this case, obviously Monkey pressed the button a little too. He tried to go for a deep jump in, so Payaso just kind of had that scouted out. And because of the angle that it hits at, like it hits them more up, you can get like run into meaty button. But in this case, you know, he's going for a run into jump kind of situation, you know, put more weight on that mental stack. And Monkey tried to go for RC Fireball, gets the easy punish. Ooh, he was expecting CC there. And obviously Sakura, pretty easy anti-K-Groove character for obvious reasons. So, you know, Payaso did not want, he obviously did not want that smoke, which, you know, smart decision, because you shouldn't want that smoke in this scenario. So yeah, he's gonna avoid, but luckily Monkey didn't try to get too thirsty and didn't try to reversal CC at the first opportunity. He just kind of sat back and was just waiting to see what he did. So, very good patience and control. Ooh, good trade. Good jump medium kick, and there we go. Then that's guaranteed. A lot of times, when you're playing K-Groove against Sakura, you're playing a lot of risk mitigation. You're playing a heavy risk mitigation game because you're kind of like trying to, you know, put yourself in situations where you're not going to be at the mercy of that custom combo. But in some scenarios, it's just guaranteed. It is what it is. And in this case, well, your air reset, you're kind of thinking, all right, she's probably going to try to like throw a low short or something like that. So, you know, you're just immediately thinking, I'm just going to block. Well, too bad, she activated, and now you're going to eat a guaranteed combo. So you can see both the guard bar and the chip is, you know, really stupid. Oh, I think he was trying to go for the fancy one-frame link combo. So yeah, he goes for like a bunch of low shorts, and then you do like a typical combo into Tatsu, and then from Tatsu you do jab short DP. It's a really hard combo, but I've seen Monkey hit it a lot, so you know he definitely knows how to hit it. He just dropped it this time. Ooh, that could have been bad. He was just out of range for that stand roundhouse. Almost got clipped by electricity there. Okay, good using that stand roundhouse to kind of just keep him in place. Even if you JD it, you can't punish it. I think it's like +2, so you can't punish that on JD. You're still kind of put in the same spot. Good JD. Good short hops. Good sweep. Oh, nasty. I think that was same side actually. So he gets the cross up roll. Now he gets the cross up, and then he short hops. Let's see which side this hits on. I think that was a same side into cross up electricity. That is a nasty setup. And then, okay, try to go for, I think, a tick throw here. Oh no, it was just a block string. And then gets the stun off the slide. And that's why, you know, walking back and forth or trying to check Blanca ball is, you know, a pain in the ass, because when you start stand blocking or you try walking back and forth to play footsies, Blanca always has that slide to just, you know, catch your toes. And now Monkey is stunned. Oh, okay. Yeah, my reaction is similar to Payaso's here. I'm like, oh, okay. I think Monkey's, this is kind of like a tap out scenario where, like, you know, you won. Like, you won, bro. No need to continue. You got it, bro. Yeah, I completely understand. This pretty much was like, Payaso was 100% going to win this match, even if he did block it. So that is match number 1. Payaso pretty much going insano mode with his Blanca. Alright, so again, Sagat versus Iori. Ooh, JD's the fireball setup as well. You don't see a lot of route start fireballs here from Payaso. Maybe he thinks that Monkey's going to adapt to that fireball, so now he's just not throwing them. He's playing kind of patient here, you know, trying to kind of, you know, see what he does, see if he throws any fireballs, see if he tries to do any like dash ups or stuff, and then tries to get in. Easy JD, and then JD's the fireball. Tries to go for roll cross up. No, sir. Like I said, Payaso's roll punishes are incredibly tight and consistent. So he gets that jab short knee. Ooh, almost had the whiff punish there, but missed it. he baited out he was expecting like a DP of sorts or some other risky maneuver, but Monkey did a crouch fierce, which, you know, he got what he wanted, but he tried to whiff punish that with a crouch medium kick and didn't get it, and then gets whiff punished by a crouch roundhouse. Cool sequence there. Tries to jump at him, early jump normal, nice, throw off his timing. Ooh, risky move, but it paid off. Much like Kyo's Rekka, Iori's Rekka, it can technically be used to frame trap on that second hit. But the thing about Iori's Rekka is that the second hit is, I believe, -11, which means that a lot of characters can, you know, smack you in the face on block. But in this case, Monkey actually got what he wanted here. He wasn't blocking. He was trying to like walk forward and press. He got the move to hit. Tries to dash in, but Iori's dash is really slow, so you're not really, you kind of sacrifice a lot of frame advantage, which allows Payaso to jump over him. Oh, but it was a short hop, so he landed out in front. So he gets that. And then he caught the recovery because, again, short hop landing recovery is incredibly long. So if you short hop and then kind of tags him there. More jabs. Now you can see that instant jump back pretty much tells you, yeah, Monkey's being a lot more considerate of that pressure because he goes for jabs into short. He doesn't want to try to pressure reset because he knows that can lead to some pretty nasty outcomes. So he just immediately jumps away. All right, now he's going to be careful. Again, shorts into shorts. Ooh. Oh, he manages to get the level 3. Or he gets the level 3 to be baited. So yeah, doesn't press any buttons. Just kind of sitting, you know, staying still, not doing anything too risky, and then he gets that level 3 to come out. Not only that, but Payaso's guard is about to break. So if his JDs are not on point, then yeah, he will get hit with a Rekka combo or possibly a custom because Monkey does have a custom ready. Oh, that was a very risky DP, but like I said earlier, if Payaso sees that you are doing a pressure string, very predictably, he will reversal. And in this situation, he kind of figured, oh yeah, he's for sure gonna do walk jabs because he really wants my guard to be broken. So I am for sure gonna DP. Again, Payaso loves to reversal, but he also understands the risk reward of a lot of these scenarios where a reversal can be played. So that's why you see him hit a lot of them, because he knows when to reversal, which is something that a lot of people don't know how to do. Trust me, just play online. You'll figure that out very quickly. Okay, so he gets that and the crouch fierce. He knew, yeah, he's starting to get a little impatient. So that run crouch fierce gets him that extra damage. And then back fear, and then yeah, now that's when he starts throwing the fireballs. Sagat's fireballs, although risky, they're longer range than a lot of his pokes. Not only that, but they can really help people who are trying to dash in, run in, or like, you know, catches like a pre-jump, what have you. Obviously in some matchups, especially fast jump matchups, though that fireball is going to be a lot more of a risk than not. But in this case, you know, he realizes Monkey's, you know, getting impatient. He really wants to get that guard break and then get the CC afterwards. So, you know, he's chucking fireballs, catches that dash, and then yeah, he's gonna see that roll, he's gonna punish it. I just knew for a fact he was gonna punish it because that's the kind of things you expect when you know somebody is trying to press you, especially as Iori, who has a really good roll. So he knows, okay, he really wants to guard break me. Any kind of like approach option, he's gonna try to take away. And roll is probably at the top of that list because of how dangerous it is. And that's what he gets there. Oh, but he misses the... I don't know if that was supposed to be short uppercut or short jab uppercut, but either way, he's gonna get hit by CC. Oh, but he drops it somehow. Oh no, and he's gonna reversal. Yeah, he was gonna reversal. I just knew it. He was going to reversal because, you know, drop CCs they're really funny because, you know, it really depends on the player. Do you want to keep pressuring, or do you want to just like, all right, I'm gonna get away and pray to God he doesn't hit me with anything because I can't block? In this case, Monkey's just gonna try to stay on him and just hope he doesn't get a reversal out. And here, he goes for a jump heavy kick, which, you know, obviously, good hit stun. It can link, but the problem is that, it's similarly to the JD jump jab. The change in hit stop affects the timing a lot, and that messed up Monkey, who tries to, again, link into jab, but unfortunately just doesn't get it because the timing is different. And I'm gonna check to see, does Payaso... I noticed he was like immediately, he was ready to just sit down and wait for his character to die. He just immediately realized, oh, he just dropped the combo. I gotta get back on the stick again. So yeah, let's see. So he sees it. I'm checking to see, does he piano here? Oh, I think he does piano, or maybe he didn't, because that was a reversal. I think that actually wasn't piano, which is very impressive. His timing is very good, and yeah, he gets it. That should kill. Again, Payaso just understands when to reversal so good. And now the lead isn't as big, of course. Like, if Monkey plays smart, he can definitely you know, take this game to even. Oh, beautiful. That's the kind of stuff I would expect to see in this scenario. So yeah, Monkey tries to anti-air electricity, obviously very common anti-air, especially when you RC it. But you can actually, at some heights, not all heights, but at some heights when you are about to land, you can get a JD into jump button into special. And in this case, well, he gets it. He gets that jump roundhouse into DP. Ooh, gets the. Ooh, wow. So yeah, he got the jump medium kick, and then there we go. See, this is the one, I think this is actually the main weakness of electricity, funnily enough, at least in my opinion. I think the main weakness of electricity, obviously aside of its range, but honestly I could not care less. I think that's intentional. For me, the main weakness of electricity is that it can get JD'd a bunch of times, and you can basically just get free rage or close to free rage because of it. And that's exactly what happens here. Payaso JD'd like 4 hits of it, and now, even though he was at low life earlier, he now has another chance at a level 3 and could possibly bring this game even more out of hand. So let's see what he does here. Oh, whiffs it and gets the... Nice. Okay, so he whiffs those short. Monkey's looking for wake up throw. He gets it. And then, you know, very smartly blocks that DP. Again, it's very rare, but you can use Payaso's intent to reversal against him, and that's what happens here. He tried to reversal. Monkey blocks it, gets the sweep. Gets meaty crouch fierce. Good jump fierce, by the way. This is just a good read. So, yeah, he gets that crouch fierce. And then immediately just jump fierce. This was not a reaction. This was full on a read. He was expecting him to jump or try and reset pressure. So that very good read by Payaso. And now he's pushed him out of the corner with that jump fierce. Now we'll see what he does, because another thing Payaso really loves to do as Sagat is fish for run, crouch, medium kick, super, which is, you know, common case Sagat tactic. So I'll see if he tries to go for it here, but otherwise, you know, he could also be fishing for the 50-50 as well. Ooh, he tried to go for a short hop heavy kick to try and push the 50-50 mix up, and, he just got anti-aired. Which is alright, because, you know, he still has a decent life lead, but luckily Monkey didn't commit too many horrible mistakes. So he could still bring this back, especially because he is just about to get CC. And look at that, he just got CC. Look at these neutral jumps. I always feel like I'm talking about neutral jumps in these breakdown videos, but yeah, let's look at these neutral jumps. So yeah, you'll see here he's doing neutral short jumps, which is actually kind of an important thing to note because Blanca's neutral jump fierce can hit above him pretty decently. And that was a regular jump, but even if he did a short hop, if he just delayed slightly, he could have got that anyways. So again, pretty important tool to have. Ooh, catches a dash very late with slide. Okay. Ooh, good back hop. Baits the CC. Now what's going to happen here? Electricity? More electricity? Oof. This is kind of... This is getting a little intense. So yeah, he gets the... JD's the jump medium kick. Gets short jab. Goes for another jab. Neutral jump jab. Could be anything. And then, yeah, gets the short hop. Close light kick. Double cross up. That's pretty mean. Oh, and now he's pushing that classic A Blanca pressure. So yeah, gets the crouch medium kick, dash, RC electricity. Ooh, he tried a reversal. I saw that. I could see it in his hand cam. He tried a reversal there, but he was in block stun, so he didn't get it. Good anti-air. Another great neutral jump fierce, and there we go. So you see there, neutral jump fierce, catches him. Or there was an earlier one that he did. Yeah, there we go. Gets that one, and then boom, gets that one. Neutral jump fierce, again, incredibly strong button. Obviously, it's best as an anti-air, but sometimes it can also be used as kind of like a defensive wall option. And you never really think of Blanca as someone that's like a defensive wall like Sagat, but because Blanca's button quality is also incredible, that's just something you could just do that. So, if someone's trying to, jump at you, you could just do random neutral jump fierces to try and essentially wall them out, kind of tap away some of their approach options. And, well, Payaso got stunned. Now, you might be wondering, why did he go for super here? Well, the answer's pretty obvious. It's because he has rage, and a typical Blanca BNB wasn't going to kill him at this health. So he really wanted the kill. He just wanted to make it simple. He did not want to deal with, oh, is he going to reversal here or is he not? He just wanted to win the round. And Monkey's confident enough that he can build meter with Blanca, electricities, pokes, etc., etc. But now this is the first time we'll see Payaso's Cammy, which is probably the character I hate the most when I play against him. He plays a super... He plays an Unga Cammy normally. Like, he plays a super aggressive Cammy normally. But the thing I hate the most is that he plays really good defense with her, too. And we'll probably see that here as well. Especially if he has life leads. Because then he'll switch from playing super aggressively to all of a sudden, walling you out with roundhouses, crouch medium kicks, and, the occasional DP when you're mashing. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, run, try to go for that jump light kick. Ooh, nice throw. Tries to go for electricity. Good JDs. Ooh, nice. Gets the JD on that. So, in the corner, this time around, Monkey is playing a lot more defensively, because you can see there he had the short, but he was a little hesitant to try and potentially push more pressure because he isn't really focused on trying to kill Cammy. He's focused on meter building and staying alive. So no need to make those like super risky kind of like dash-ins or resets. He just wants to stay alive and build meter, because obviously that meter is what's going to win him this match, because Sakura is pretty much his last stand. That's his last line of defense. So he's going to just, and you can see he's going to do some neutral jumps to catch Spiral Arrow. He's going to keep backdashing, whiffing electricities. That's pretty much his main thing right now. Whereas Payaso, he's going to try to, rush him down. Try to get more damage here. And that JD Blanca ball, obviously you could punish regular Blanca ball as Cammy pretty easily because you can just run roundhouse. But in this case, now you basically get far less time. You get far less time spent in block stun, and now you can literally run up at them and do a full combo. In this case, he does a low jab, close, fierce into spiral arrow. Really cool combo. Easy link combo. Ooh, and there you see the dive kick. God, this dive kick is so annoying. When the way he uses dive kick is incredible, but God, it's so annoying because he knows exactly when to time dive kick, so it'll either just barely hit like super deep or whiff entirely and force you to kind of guess, like, is he gonna hit this dive kick or is he not? And in this case, well, he gets him blocking high because he thinks that dive kick's gonna hit super deep. But unfortunately, I think he was trying to go for a close fierce combo, like a short jab fierce. Blanca's fat, so that might be possible, but he could have also done short jab spiral arrow as well. Okay, now he's gonna do the... Ooh, good JD. Yeah, now he's just gonna pressure him, because he's got him exactly where he wants him. He's got him in the corner. You know, Monkey doesn't have a CC yet, so yeah, he's got a lot of options, and now he's gonna go for that short hop fierce. Really good short hop Cammy normal. JD's the jab. And Blanca's jab is, I don't know how plus it is. I think it's like +4. So when JD'd, I think it's like 0-ish. So yeah, that's stand roundhouse because it's pretty fast. Well, at least this first hit is. You know, he's got that all day. Oh, that jump light kick. Jesus Christ. I don't think we talk about Cammy's jump light kick being like one of her god buttons enough, because everybody knows, oh yeah, the +10 fears, the super good roundhouse, yada yada. We don't talk about how that jump light kick is not only a cross up, not only has super long range, not only has fast startup, not only has a good hitbox, but is also active forever. Like, oh my god, that button is very annoying to fight, but at the same time, Payaso uses it really good. He's really good at getting ambiguous cross-ups with it, and obviously he's really good at pressuring with it, approaching with it, air-to-airing with it, using it on defense, all that stuff. So we'll probably see that too, but in this case, he's using it merely as just a pressure tool, and he gets it. He predicts the slide or another laggy button like Crouch Fierce, and, you know, tags him with it, and that's an easy link to Close Fierce, gets the kill. Now we're pretty much even, well, at least in terms of the characters, but Monkey does have a CC now, so that'll be the equalizer here. You'll notice now, Payaso's playing a much different game. He's playing a much different game because it's really that simple. He doesn't want to get hit by a CC. It's really that simple. I remember I said Payaso normally plays Cammy incredibly aggressively. However, he can play her really good as like a defensive footsies character, and that's what he's doing here. He's gonna just sit back, walking back and forth, pressing roundhouse, crouch medium kick, or the occasional crouch medium punch, you know, pressing DPs to beat mashing. I already explained that earlier. So what we'll see that throughout this round is that he's gonna play just super neutral heavy. Oh, he tried to beat the mashing there. That could have potentially been a CC, but I think Monkey didn't want to mess it up, because there is a chance that if he tried to do activate roundhouse or activate low forward, he could have DP'd it again, so Monkey didn't want to take that risk, just goes for the low short, and unfortunately was out of range for the stand short to do the full BNB. But yeah, you can see Payaso's just playing incredibly carefully. Ooh, punishes the roll. Stand roundhouse, neutral jumping to catch Tatsu's. You can see the dichotomy is just incredible. It's just so much different. And also, again, his roll punishes are just on point. He's not punishing with strikes like he was with Sagat, but it really doesn't matter. As long as he takes away that option from you, that just means less for him to worry about in neutral. Gets spiral arrow, catches the quick rise. And now it's pretty much all Payaso. Like, look at this life lead. He's chilling. Obviously, CC is still a threat, so he's not entirely out of the woods, but I mean, yeah, you can see he's not pressing anything. He is literally just sitting back and waiting to see what Monkey does. He has full control of this match at this point. And again, just look at the way he uses stand roundhouse. Pretty much, stand roundhouse, it's most effectively used when you're using it against somebody who is trying to play the same game you are. Walking back and forth, pressing buttons, playing footsies, your standard classic footsies. That stand roundhouse, it's best used when you're walking forward and you kind of just walk face first into it. And Payaso just knows, oh yeah, I know how to space this perfectly, reading when you're gonna walk forward, and then you just walk into it. I've been hit with that so many times. And he knows the spacing of it incredibly well, and that's kind of what gives him this edge in neutral very well. And there we go. That is match number 2, and I believe that's a bracket reset because they're doing first 2 throughout grand finals. Yep, that was in fact a bracket reset. It appears that Monkey is now going Iori because, well, the Iori, I guess, just wasn't cutting it. He wants that burst damage from Bison. So we'll see how that goes for him. He's going Bison 1, and Payaso also changed his order. He's going Blanca 1 and going Anchor Sagat. Now, I guess I'll give a little context on this matchup. Bison versus K Blanca is one of those matchups that you don't see you see often depending on how the CvS user orders their team. But if it does get to this situation, in my opinion, Bison could struggle in this matchup a little bit. I think it's primarily because it just depends on if he has a life lead or not. Blanca, you know, incredibly strong buttons. He definitely has better buttons than Bison. But in this matchup, Bison, you're going to be incredibly focused on trying to check Blanca with stand medium punch, or, you know, trying to do that spaced scissors, trying to use crouch medium kick. The problem is that against a good Blanca who can JD really good, he can kind of take away some of those pokes with JD, especially spaced scissors, which he can then easily punish with low short Blanca ball. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Slide. Okay, now he's going to try to rush down. Nice, catches the roll with low short. Ooh, drops the BNB. Oh, that was a risky stand medium kick. Or that was a stand roundhouse, sorry. And he only gets a jab. I think he was going for electricity, but just didn't get it in time. Okay. Ooh, and there's what I mean. Easy punish with JD, but he did not have the charge for Blanca ball because he still had to JD at the end of the day. He at some ranges you could get short Blanca ball, but in this case he was a little too out of range. Ooh, throw whiff. Unfortunate. You don't see that very often in this case. So yeah, he tried to throw him, but you'll see what happens here is that yeah, he tries to throw the roll. And he just didn't get it, which is incredibly unfortunate. I think he was like slightly out of range, so yeah, that kind of sucks. Ooh, good JDs again. Ooh, but that stand medium punch, that's pretty much Bison's like breadwinner here, is using that stand medium punch to kind of check Blanca's common pokes like crouch medium kick, crouch fierce, sometimes crouch medium punch. Ooh, good anti-air. And now Payaso has his guard bar back. Damn, a lot of short hops, but, you know, like I said, it depends on life lead. When you are fighting a Bison who has a life lead and he's kind of like doing his typical runaway game plan, that's when jumping at him could be a little bit harder because now, you know, Bison typically has charge. He can do stuff like anti-air Psycho Crusher to kind of make your life more difficult. But because Monkey is at a life disadvantage and he's now trying to like simultaneously get CC and also try to like establish some sort of ground game going on, Now that means he typically doesn't end up in situations where he's getting charge. So a lot of those short hops give him trouble because he won't have the options to deal with them outside of, like, you know, maybe stand medium punch or his jab. But, you know, if you space those correctly, those will be ineffective. Okay, there's the Psycho Crusher. Ooh, good roll punish. Ooh, amazing backdash punish there. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. So he tries rolling in. Payaso sees it, gets a jump fierce, and then tries to back hop away because, well, you know, he could have done many things there, but once Monkey saw, oh, he is clearly trying to backdash out of it, he gets the slide, and Bison's slide has insane range. It is incredibly good as a CC punish, especially in cases like these where the opponent is trying to actively move away from you. And that's what happens here. He activates, gets the slide, catches the landing recovery, and now he's gonna paint the fence. Only gets 2 hits, but that's okay. He's worried about rage, though. He's gonna run away, run out the timer. But those jump into rolls, Payaso scouted those out really good. Like, because I do say sometimes in some of these videos, like, if you try to jump reset pressure, or if you try to jump to reset pressure in the corner, you do give up space underneath you, and you can roll. But the thing about Bison's roll is that it doesn't have a lot of range, or it doesn't move very far, so it's pretty easy to kind of, like, when he tries to roll, and if you roll too late, you know, you could stick out a crouch medium kick, a sweep, what have you. In this case, a stand fierce will suffice. Again, he's rolling. I think he's getting a little thirsty. Getting a little thirsty here. And whenever he sees that jump, he's thinking, okay, maybe I can roll because he might press a laggy button. But unfortunately, Payaso scouted that roll out incredibly well. There have been, like, maybe, I think, 3 instances total so far where Monkey has had a successful roll attempt against him. Which, you know, no shade to Monkey because, you know, he definitely does know situations where to roll. It's just that Payaso has them scouted out incredibly well, which is something you should be good at as a K-Groove player. Like, absolutely. Because K-Groove obviously has no roll, so why not just, you know, be really good at fighting rolls? You know, if you're not good at fighting rolls in this game, you are going to get steamrolled incredibly easily by a lot of different types of players, including ones that play with more, let's just say, scrubby styles of gameplay. So, yeah, this is just a kind of a bit of a clinic in terms of how to punish rolls, because Payaso's not really committing to anything too crazy in a lot of these scenarios where Monkey might think, oh yeah, he's going to commit to something, like, really committal. I'm going to try to roll and get a free punish. Ooh, nice. There are some scenarios where, you know, you whiff that jump button, that's a free throw. And that's what happened here. He tried to go for the jump medium kick, pressed a little too early. Just pressed a little too early. And that's when Monkey gets that throw. Ooh, try to go for a reversal up ball, but Monkey blocks it, gets a punish. Now we're pretty much even. Let's see who comes out on top. Oh, guess he just didn't JD that. Monkey pretty much has no life left, so, you know, really he's just going to try to survive. Get meter and survive. Payaso, though, he's normally you would think, oh yeah, Payaso's gonna play super aggressively. Not in this case, only because now Monkey is technically, in heavy air quotes, control of the match, in the sense of he's kind of dictating the pace. Yeah, he has like a damn near a 95% life deficit, but Payaso really wants to kill him so that he can get to his second character. Meanwhile, Monkey is going to try to sit back, whiff buttons, and, you know, if Payaso tries to approach, RC Psycho Crusher. That's pretty much the game plan here. So Payaso, knowing that, he's going to try to mix up his timings, mix up his approach. He's not going to try to rush in completely, you know, with his head first and, you know, run face first into a bunch of Psycho Crushers. Because that's what a lot of people tend to do, is that they'll try to approach a Bison with charge, you know, just willy-nilly, and then they end up getting smacked around by a bunch of Psycho Crushers, because you just have to be careful in this case. That's just kind of that's just part of the Bison matchup. So he's gonna kind of play careful, Doesn't want to fall victim to that Psycho Crusher. You'll notice he's walking forward and then immediately blocking because, again, each of those attempts are just reads. Each of them are just Psycho Crusher reads. But Monkey knows that he's looking out for it, which is why he's just sticking out stuff like roundhouses and medium kicks. He's not. He knows that Payaso is actively looking out for that Psycho Crusher so he can hit him with a roundhouse and kill him. He obviously doesn't want that because he's still a little bit away from a CC. He's a little more than halfway there. So he's just going to be very careful, very conservative with his gameplay, and not immediately committing to that Psycho Crusher. Because some Bisons, they really do like to use that Psycho Crusher the first chance they can. And sometimes that can lead them to getting killed unnecessarily. But see, that's the thing. I think Monkey's face expression after that, he knows, like, alright, you got me. When you are, it's kind of that game of chess or that mind game where Payaso knows, alright, he's not committing to Psycho Crusher, and Monkey knows, okay, he knows I'm not going to commit to Psycho Crusher, so I'm going to throw out less committal buttons. But when you're sitting back and blocking, and, you've thrown out a couple of those medium kicks and roundhouses, that's when Payaso will try to just sneak in a throw. Obviously, those throw attempts can get Psycho Crushered, but in this case, Monkey was kind of a little worried that he might get whiff punished with like a stand roundhouse, or, try to get run in on with maybe like a random dive kick or dash up, stuff like that. So, yeah, just pretty much got run up, or walked up in this case, and got hit with a throw. So second character now, Blanca. Now you'll immediately see a change in his game plan, just immediately. DP, no punish. Could have done slide, but, kind of a tricky punish. Ooh. Nice. Good whiff punish. Double medium punch into Spiral Arrow. Now he's just pressuring him. Again, you can see now, Payaso, you can see both sides of his gameplay. You saw the more defensive footsie style, and now you're seeing the super Ooga Booga style. Okay, and then, yeah, it gets the fierces again, roundhouse. And you can see he gets stunned here, but only because he's blocking. So yeah, gets hit by that combo, then gets hit by that combo. He's practically one hit away from stun, or a couple hits away from stun. And Payaso constantly hitting him with these buttons, or, getting these buttons blocked. Although it does do guard damage, it doesn't reset the stun timer. So that's a thing to note. If you're very close to getting stunned, blocking attacks will not reset the stun timer, so be very careful. Be very careful. If you're trying to avoid getting stunned, sometimes you just gotta block, wait for an opening, and get out. But in this case, Payaso, the way he plays Cammy, especially when he's playing his Ooga Booga style, he can just keep you locked in one spot for as long as he pleases at points. And that's what he's doing here. And then gets that Spiral Arrow, easy 3-piece combo, easy throw, because he's got him scared of blocking. Then Monkey retaliates with a throw of his own. And then another throw of his own because he was expecting a JD, and then throws the JD attempt. Ooh, another one. And he blocks the 2-player cross-up. Nice, good stuff. So yeah, throws the JD attempt, and then he activates. He was expecting to hopefully get an anti-air, but he doesn't get it, so he's just going to throw him again. And Blanca's kick throw is his P2 cross-up glitch setup. So, yeah, but luckily Payaso, seasoned vet, he already knows this stuff. He knows his stuff. So when Monkey tries to go for that kick throw into whiff Blanca ball cross up, he knows what's up. He blocks it. Ooh, that was kind of a scrambly cross up, but just didn't do anything off of that. I also noticed Monkey's Blanca is ratio 2, probably because he really wants to get rid of that Cammy early and hopefully dig into Sagat. But the problem with that, of course, we'll talk about that later when we get to it. So, yeah, just now, again, he's cornered against Cammy, but this time she has rage, so if he gets touched, it could mean death. Ooh, does not combo to super there. Maybe he just didn't confirm it. But still gets a tick throw because, well, you know, you could tick throw off of a plus 10 button, even if it is a fierce, so, yeah. Ooh. And those shorts. They're really good stagger buttons, I will say. It's kind of similar to, like, Dan's crouch light kick, but, you know, on a much better character. It's also a lot longer range than a lot of those shorts. He uses it very well on defense. Ooh, Crouch Fierce. Ooh, JD Crouch Fierce didn't get punished, but gets chipped. Unfortunate. And Payaso, cool round end finish, just runs him down. He has because Sakura's BNB does give he's gonna get rage at some point in this match. His JDs are too good to not get an instant rage at this point. Oh, throw tech. Again, another situation of Monkey using a 2-frame normal after a throw tech. Obviously beats him out. RC Fireball, nice. Ooh, Payaso's fishing for that run crouch medium kick super, much like Sagat. So when and then Monkey tries rolling in, Payaso's got that scouted out. Good, nice spiral arrow, dive kick. Blocks correctly. Ooh, this is kind of risky. Monkey's still in the corner. Good roundhouse. Ooh, but then again, look at these roundhouses. Again, those round. Oh, but the fireball, he just walks right into that. So yeah, you'll see just the way that he throws out those roundhouses. Counter hits that one. Counter hits the jab there. And then yeah, just kind of runs into the fireball. Now, here's the thing with the dichotomy of the ratios here. So we're looking at a not even full health Sakura, a roughly 70% health Sakura going up against a ratio 2 full health Sagat. Ratio 1 Sakura, her CC still does really good damage, even on ratio 1 versus ratio 2 high health character. However, the damage that Sagat can deal to her is going to kind of like cancel that out. Especially if he gets rage and he starts clipping her with like fierces and roundhouses and, you know, his typical super combos. So even though Monkey tried to put Blanca ratio 2 in the middle to, you know, hopefully dig into Payaso's anchor and try to win that Cammy matchup, it's unfortunately, it did not pay off this time around. And I imagine that's going to rear its ugly head when Payaso starts hitting some of his usual buttons. Ooh, good RC Tatsu immediately. That's one of the things that I believe Asian Monkey was hoping to get when he picked this matchup, is that he wanted to be able to do things like walk jab, RC Tatsus, stuff like that, because Sagat's a fat character, so, you know, he does fall victim to those kinds of Sakura shenanigans. So yeah, he gets that RC Tatsu, gets another Tatsu, he's probably going to do more Tatsus, yep, another Tatsu. Oh, he's going to JD this one, isn't he? Yeah. Doesn't get the throw punish, though, but yeah, obviously Payaso's good enough to JD on that. Oh, tried rolling in, that might have been a... No, he just tried rolling in to hopefully catch a laggy button, but again, Payaso's roll punish game is just Deadeye. It's straight up Deadeye. Ooh, nice. Try to go for empty jump, looking for JD, but Asian Monkey throws him. You can see now Payaso's starting to throw more stand shorts and stand roundhouses. Stand short, pretty obvious. It's a non-committal button, and you know it can catch Sakura's stand roundhouse in neutral, and as well that stand roundhouse, what it can do is that it can catch Tatsus. Obviously not RC Tatsus, but it can catch some of her Tatsus. It'll also typically tend to trade when that happens, but you can obviously take a trade if you are a ratio 2 Sagat versus a ratio 1 Sakura. I think Payaso is more than okay with eating trades, especially with a button that does, I think, 1500 damage. I think he's perfectly okay with that. Well, a counter hit 1500 damage normal, I will say, because that deals a ton of damage. Look at that. Okay, throwing out more stand shorts. Oh, I think he tried to go for like a little anti-mash here. So yeah, he punishes the roll with stand short, Tries to DP, but Aznmnky immediately, instead of going for a mash option, which DP would have beat, he goes for a CC, which beats DP. Oh, and he caught him lacking with the overhead reset to hopefully get a little bit better scaling. Ooh, nice, he gets the Tatsu combo. But, damn, he just wasn't, he wasn't fast enough. He pressed jab to hopefully get like a pseudo safe jump, but the thing is with Sakura's super is that it actually doesn't give that much of a frame advantage. At least not as much as other supers, like Bison's scissor kicks around, or scissor kick super. Especially because you're not hitting that scissor kick super like at a spaced distance, especially when you're juggling it. In this case, yeah, you're hitting it here, or you're hitting the DP here. It's enough to get like a pseudo safe jump fierce if you time it raw, but if you buffer jab, now you're kind of at a position where if you try to jump, yeah, you're screwed. The moment that Monkey jumped, he was screwed. You can't really do much here, because Payaso saw this and like, why wouldn't you wake up super here? Or why, yeah, like literally, why wouldn't you wake up super? Because the timing was off, so he's not going to get a safe jump. And, you know, there's no air defense that, you know, he literally just used up CC, so there's no air defense. And yeah, this was pretty much a guarantee. The moment he jumped at him, Payaso won this match, and that's exactly what happened here. Just popped him with the level 3 Tiger Cannon. Alright, so same teams. Yade versus CvS. Alright, so again, we got the Bison Blanca matchup. Monkey's using a lot of that jump light kick, which is interesting. I don't see that button being used a lot, but in this case, jump light buttons can be used to throw off timings, especially on JDs or on cross-up scenarios. So yeah, it can be used as a like approach option sometimes. But in this case, Payaso actually gets the throw here. Oh, he gets another throw. Ooh, good JD. Like, Payaso's JDs are just on point. Granted, he is, you know, layering a JD attempt behind every single empty jump he does, because, you know, that's just the thing that all K-Group players do. So, it seems like he, you know, is reading his every move. He's just layering it. He's doing guess JDs. They're very safe and, you know, they're very riskless, sorry. For the most part, at least, because obviously you could fall victim to getting smacked by, say, like a low forward, which happened sometimes earlier in the previous matches. Try to go for a roundhouse for the punish. Obviously, roundhouse as a like a post JD move is useful, but in this case, probably fierce would have worked, or jump light kick even, because that might have hit at a more optimal angle, but really doesn't matter. He got what he wanted. Got the JD, got the meter. Another empty jump throw. Ooh, good meaty. It's a meaty you don't see too often, but you can meaty with this button. You could also meaty with stand fierce, but in this case you didn't really have enough time to get the super frame advantage you could get off of a meaty stand fierce. So he used a meaty stand medium punch. And then, you know, gets some run crouch light kicks going. Oh, but then gets hit by a air to air there. Meaty scrape, nice, good Bison techniques. So yeah, it goes for the crouch light kick, or not meaty scrape, sorry, crouch light kick into scrape as a block string. It definitely works on my dumbass. I tend to mash like crazy after that, or I don't, and I end up getting thrown. Another jump light kick that gets thrown. Yeah, unfortunately, you just don't get too much. You don't get too much frame advantage on that. So you know, it's just an easy throw. Ooh, nice throw. Again, more scrapes, but that, yeah, 2-hit scissors. Obviously, Payaso is gonna punish that. No Blanca ball, just gonna go for pressure. Nice. Ooh, and see, there's that's when approaching a Bison with charge is a little scary, because then when you try to jump at him, Monkey was buffering that charge during his air reset state, and then when he saw that jump, easy Psycho Crusher, because obviously you can't JD during a short hop. Ooh, I think Monkey's kind of pressing too much, I would say, in this in this scenario, because, you know, you could just sit back. You could sit back and wait. He has a full guard bar. You know, obviously he's not at a CC yet, but I think you could get the meter for doing that by sitting back, waiting to see what Payaso does, and then, you know, just throwing out Psycho Crusher. Because unlike the Cammy matchup, Payaso was actively looking out for that Psycho Crusher because, you know, he was at no life left. But in this case, he's got Rage. He's got a good life lead. He's gonna just go super rushdown mode, super Unga mode. I think in this case, this should be the optimal scenario to kind of like sit back, wait, and like, you know, just try to sit back and Psycho Crusher basically. But here, he's getting smacked around by some buttons, and also a Blanca ball. Ooh, activate CC. He does not want the level 3. Damn. Unfortunate. Just got the trade. Monkey had a good idea for, you know, getting out of the way, because that level 3 definitely was going to be a threat, but unfortunately he just got the trade, didn't get the guard damage he wanted, and now we're looking at a pretty big deficit here. Ooh! Interesting way he flew there, actually. Let me see that again. Gets the jump medium punch. Whiff punishes. So, yeah, Monkey hits him with electricity. Normally you would fly backwards in this scenario, but in this case he kind of flies forwards, and that allows Monkey to take back the corner. He can actually go for a 2P cross up here too, which he gets. That is a very nice setup, actually. Wow, that's very interesting. So basically what happens here is that Monkey gets electricity, and he essentially just doesn't fly backwards like he normally would after getting hit by an electricity, which allows him to get that dash P2 cross up into electricity. Very interesting, very interesting. Nice. Got a lot of those electricities going. Ooh, again, that electricity is starting to give Payaso a little bit of trouble, but he doesn't want to throw it out too much because that, you know, that level 3 Blanca ball could kill him. Oh! I think he wanted super there. No, he was just pressing. Just that Monkey just he just ripped that lead away. Well, not ripped the lead away, but that was incredible Blanca play from Monkey right there. That was great. We'll probably see Payaso try to play Unga Cammy here because, well, he wants to kind of just shred him. Oh, but dang, Monkey's just pressing buttons incredibly good, and now Payaso's rethinking his strategy here. You can see in real time. Okay, I'm getting a little too impatient, because you see, yeah, he's hitting those crash medium kicks, he's hitting those fierces. And the moment he hits that trade, now he's like, okay, let's sit back, chill. Don't want to get too thirsty, because now that lead is essentially gone. Not only that, but Monkey has a CC available. So, you know, he's going to be very cautious now about what he's doing, because it can snowball very quickly. Not only that, but Blanca is an R2, and like I said, he could dig into Sagat if he's not careful. So Payaso is just going to, you know, kind of sit back, recoup, rethink his strategy over. Now he's going to play more carefully, more cautious. Nice spiral arrow. Catches the back rise. And again, the change in his play style, just keeping it safe. Spiral arrows to kind of check walking forward. Oh, wow. He activates here, but he caught him right during his jump, so he unfortunately doesn't really have anything. He could have done he could have done electricity here, but, you know, there is a chance he could have traded maybe, and after electricity, it's really hard to combo off that, or juggle off of that. Obviously, it's easier against Chun-Li, but in this scenario, it might be pretty hard to kind of get that juggle. So in the moment, in the heat of this moment, you know, it makes sense. But I feel like if this was like a robot playing per se, you know, what you could have seen is an anti-air electricity to hit the jump light kick and then immediately juggle into the rest of the CC. But in this case, Payaso hits an early jump light kick, and because of how scrambly this situation was to begin with, you know, he literally just lost his CC, which he just worked pretty damn hard for, considering how much work he put in against the point Blanca. Payaso's thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna probably try to get his turn back at any cost. And, well, he catches him mashing with the DP. Oh, but then wake up electricity. Saves the day. Wake up RC electricity. Very, very good, by the way. Wake up RC electricity is not easy to do. And I think that was a reversal as well. That was a reversal. Damn. That's very good, because hitting a wake up reversal RC mash move is... Jesus Christ. It definitely takes practice, for sure. Oh, he tried to go for a dash roll cross-up mix-up, but he was a little too slow. Oh, now Payaso again, now because he's starting to see red, I guess no pun intended, and he's starting to get a little impatient, and Monkey luckily is taking advantage of that weakness. So, yeah, he unfortunately is still not dealing with the spiral arrows, because, you know, obviously Cammy's spiral arrow is incredibly annoying and hard to deal with. Luckily, he doesn't get hit by the DP, because he was kind of like, he wanted to, you know, kind of bait that press, but he was just a little too slow. Does not get that DP. And yeah, that's the punish you should be doing as Blanca against Cammy DP. Slide, and then because you're hitting slide late, that means you get more frame advantage to do other stuff. But in this case, you know, he's not going to do other stuff because he's going to do another slide to punish the quick rise. And now, we're again at very even here. Payaso's out of rage. Oh, run, crouch, medium kick ends it. Yeah, run, crouch, medium kick is, much like Sagat, pretty much guaranteed in a lot of cases. Quote-unquote guaranteed. Obviously, it's not like a true unblockable. It's just that it's so good because it's so fast. You're already in the mindset of, I'm walking back and forth, but then when you see that crouch medium kick, you're not going to be able to react fast enough to block low unless you see that run and think, oh yeah, I gotta block low, because you're probably expecting him to press that crouch medium kick. So it's not a mix-up per se, but it's kind of has like a similar concept to one. Alright, let's see if Payaso can extend the lead. Ooh, that was a neat little Tatsu punish there. But he gets a stand fierce into crouch fierce, but nothing else. Ooh. Now again, you'll see Payaso's just gonna get him in the corner, walk back and forth, smack him around with roundhouse and crouch medium kick. That's like pretty much what we've seen before. Ooh, but he gets the roll, finally. That I think that was the first time in a while that a roll actually worked, and I think it was actually off of a whiffed throw attempt. Oh no, it was off of a crouch medium kick. And he tried to go for a throw, but he was just a little too late. Just a little too late. Oh, I think that was supposed to be a DP. Tried to go for roll cross up, whiffed jab, and I'm imagining that was supposed to be a throw attempt. Yeah, that was a throw attempt. But unfortunately, Cammy, she's airborne during spiral arrow, so she avoids the throw. Alright, now, again, Payaso's gonna play super defensively, try to survive, but doesn't get it. He does get a trade, though, which is very important, because that just gets Sakura a little closer to death. Again, we have that R2 versus R1 Sakura matchup, so the damage is gonna be huge. Ooh, good punish. You don't see that too often, I would say, like as a Tatsu whiff punish. So... yeah, we have that stand roundhouse to catch the jump medium kick, or the attempt at a jump medium kick, or Tatsu, depending on what, what he's looking for. And then, he jumps, Monkey tries to go for Tatsu, and then catches the landing recovery with sweep. Again, it's a situation you don't find yourself in too often, because normally that Tatsu just clips your jump outright. The only time it doesn't is, well, when you try to approach via a super jump. But regular jumps will get clipped. Super jumps, on the other hand, they're a little higher, they're a little farther, so you could barely avoid those. Okay, fierces. Good fierce anti-air. Another good fierce anti-air. Damn, this is just a tough situation to be in if you're Asian Monkey. So yeah, he's again doing that defensive wall out style that Sagat is known for. Not really much in K-Groove, but obviously just in general. So he throws that fireball. Monkey tries to approach with a super jump, but gets smacked away by a fierce. Throws another fireball, tries to again approach with a jump, but again gets smacked away by fierce. In both of these instances, you could have maybe done an early jump roundhouse or an early jump fierce, because technically those would have clipped the early hurt boxes of Sagat stand fierce. But in any case, Payaso just kind of has him exactly where he wants him, where Monkey is trying to approach in any which way he can to try and salvage this round, and Payaso, is pretty much at 100% life, chilling. He has no meter because he hasn't even been hit to this point, so, he's chilling. There's really nothing much. Really nothing much happening here. And again, with that second fierce, now we're at pretty much one more fierce and it's over. Or like one more fierce and a jab per se. But I will say Sakura can still make comebacks because obviously Anchor Sakura isn't necessarily common, but she does have a really damn good comeback factor, and that's just because she has looping mix-ups. They're not like super awesome mega mix-ups, but they're good mix-ups nonetheless. Who doesn't like having a cross-up that they can hit ambiguous same side? So that's kind of what to expect here. You're kind of hoping that you can get like a BNB into an ambiguous cross-up jump medium kick into another BNB, rinse and repeat, and hope to God that you can get close to killing him. And of course he has CC, which is going to be incredibly important if he wants to win this round. And you can see there, he switches up his approach to that fireball to instead just roll. He's out of range for pretty much any Sagat option, and Payaso knows this. He's not going to try to whiff a stand medium kick per se, so he's just going to sit back and again, wait to see what Monkey does. Ooh, nice. He might be whiffing a little too much committal stuff. Like in this situation, I would probably only stick to stand light kick, especially if the threat of a roll is there, because stand fierce can be roll punished. Maybe not by Sakura roll specifically, because her roll is on the average side, but I would still be it's still kind of like a risky maneuver to do, but considering that Payaso's at 100% life, he can afford to take that risk. So, it's not entirely a bad decision to kind of stick to high committal buttons, because he knows he can probably eat a bunch of hits and still be totally fine afterwards. Oh! He gets hit by that? Okay, what was he doing there? Okay, so he was blocking, and then Monkey realizes he was blocking, so he's instead going to try to overhead reset him here. I think he was trying to throw him. Yeah, I think he was trying to throw him, but just got a misinput tiger shot because he was crouching before. Then he stood up, which he probably accidentally did a quarter circle forward for, and then just got a tiger shot. Unfortunate. And yeah, Monkey's gonna just hit the CC and hope to God he's got him close, because like I said, Sakura's CC damage is incredible. That's the great equalizer here. Even though Sagat's damage is insanely good against her, that CC is always going to be a factor. And now he is very close to taking back the lead, although, of course, that level 3 is something to worry about. He's not going to do the same thing he did last time, where he tries to go for a jump fierce or a jump button on wake up, because He literally lost a game for doing that last time, so he's not going to do that this time. Okay, gets a BNB. Oh, gets a cross-up into BNB. Gets an Admigers. Oh, no. Oh, no. He had it. He got the cross-up here. He's one BNB away from death. He actually hit. He hits the same side this time, but gets Fireball instead of DP. Damn. Damn. That's so sad. And now that we're in this situation, now it's going to get incredibly scrambly because now both players are practically one touch away from death. And they're both going to just press whatever buttons that vaguely work in these situations. Like right here, Payaso's going to jump back. He's going to retreat. But then in this case, Aznmnky, expecting a jump, he's going to press that jump medium punch, which, obviously will not hit at all in this scenario, but he's expecting that retreating jump. He's expecting that back jump, which Payaso could have DP'd, but he's going to play it safe. Does a Crouch Fierce, gets a throw tech because that Crouch Fierce did last, and I think he was probably plinking, and then, blocks the jab because he's not going to try to press anything after that throw tech attempt because he doesn't want to, in this case, he actually can't afford to trade. He could potentially get closer to death if he tries to press a jab and maybe trades with something. So now we're at this point. Payaso's cornered. Monkey technically has control, but, in this case, neither player is in full control, but you would technically give advantage to Monkey here because he has him cornered. Oh, and that's it. That's it. It's the exact same situation that happened earlier, where Monkey tried to RC Tatsu and Sagat super jumps, avoids the Tatsu because he super jumped, and then punishes on the way down. This time he punishes with crouch medium kick because it's a lot faster, and obviously any hit kills at this point. Might as well go for the option that will be safest, or least likely to miss, and he gets it. Great set. I think that definitely highlights a lot of the strengths of both players. Incredible players, by the way. I've played them both. Definitely a lot better than I am. And yeah, I think that was a very good set. And you can see here a lot of the replays. So yeah, that was earlier where he got the jump jab, reset super read. And then there was this situation where he tried to go for the CC, but then when he runs out of CC, he tries to get thirsty, goes for a crouch medium punch, gets JD'd, gets block punished, crouch fierce super. And then there's this situation where he gets these stand fierces, gets a bunch of JDs, and then gets the stun after getting the same side electricity setup. And then there's this situation, JD, fierce into uppercut, and then gets the medium kick, JD's all the hits of electricity, nearly gets rage off of it. And then there's Monkey, who just plays an absolutely insane Blanca here. Gets the stun, and then, yeah, kills him with a easy level 1 super. And then there's this, yeah, jading the Blanca ball into full combo. And then just fucking relentlessly punishing him in the corner here. And then there's here, yeah, Psycho Crusher, and then punishing the back hop with a slide. Again, great stuff there. And then, yeah, there's this situation where he tries to go for the uppercut, but just didn't get it, and then Monkey gets the CC, gets the Tatsu combo afterwards for the extra meter, but unfortunately lost that game. And then the final match where he drops the BNB, hella scrambly, hella fun, and then manages to super jump away from the Tatsu, punishes it with a crouch medium kick. Yeah, man, that was a really good set, really good tournament overall. Shout out to the guys at shilluminati, shout out to Genesis for running the tournament. It's great stuff. I'll leave the VOD to this video below so that you can watch the whole tournament, including this set. Yeah, that'll be it for me. I'll catch y'all later.